Hi, my name is Sheila and I'm here today in the kitchen at Santosha School in Indianapolis, and we'll be making some Indian dal today, and we'll be using, these are some soaked split mung beans, and today we'll be making it in a crock pot. This can also be made on the stove top, and it probably takes about half an hour to 45 minutes on the stove top. But it is an easy thing to do in a crock pot if you start it before you go to work in the morning, and it'll be ready in the evening without having to watch over it. So I'll just start out by adding the mung beans to the crock pot. That was 2 cups of mung beans. And then I've measured out about 8 cups of water. Go ahead and put that in. And next we've got an assortment of some Ayurvedic spices and herbs. For today we're trying to make it a Tridoshic Dahl, which means that it's suitable for all body types. So I won't be using any kind of especially spicy herbs. We'll keep it pretty simple. We've got a teaspoon of turmeric and about a heaping teaspoon of coriander and about a heaping teaspoon of cumin whole seeds, and then 2 heaping teaspoons of cumin powder. And spices are kind of a fun thing. Each batch that you get is a little bit different, and it's kind of nice to just use your hands and feel out, like tune into the needs of whoever you're making the dal for, and use more or less based on that, and just be intuitive about it. Now we've also prepared some fresh ginger over here, and I'll go ahead and put that in. It's just chopped up ginger. And for later on, we've got fresh cilantro and lime juice, which is nice to put on at the very end. I'll also go ahead and put in about a heaping spoonful of homemade ghee. And ghee is something that's very easy to make on your own. We have another YouTube video available on how to make that, but you can also purchase it at most health food stores. So I'll go ahead and put the ghee in. And at the very end, we'll also put in some sea salt. It's nice to add that later on after the beans are cooked, because it can slow down the cooking process. And then all we have to do is put the lid on and plug the crock pot in and give it at least a few hours. And halfway through, we'll scrape the foam off the top of the beans. We've got some dal that is nicely cooked. I also prepared on the side some basmati rice, which goes well with the dal. So, go ahead and take off the lid. You know the dal is finished when it looks nice and creamy. The beans have kind of lost their shape. And at the very end, it's nice to add a little bit of fresh cilantro. Just go ahead and sprinkle it in there. And then I'll go ahead and add the salt as well. So you can just add salt to your taste. I'll go ahead and add about a teaspoon. And stir it up. for serving, you can just spoon it on top of the rice. And then add a little bit more fresh cilantro as a garnish. Sometimes it's nice to add a squeeze of lime juice. And then if it's to your liking, you can add a little bit more fresh ghee. And you have a nice little meal there. Another option for the dal is at the end, you can add some fresh chopped spinach and allow it to cook for 3 to 5 minutes or so. And you can also add other vegetables as well. So as you can see, it's a very simple and easy and nourishing meal to make. And I wish you the best of luck in your kitchen.